Ico was developed by a SCE Japan studio group called Team Ico, and was published by Sony. My first experience with Ico was playing a demo of the game off a demo disc when I was very young. I didn't really understand what I was doing, and my dad gave it a try as well and wasn't very impressed. However, the game was very well received by critics. Almost over 10 years later and actually playing the game, what do I think of it now? Is the game good, bad, or just meh? Our story begins with a 12-year-old boy named Ico. Ico was born with horns, and according to his village that makes him a curse. Any misfortune that falls upon the village is blamed upon the horned boy. So the village decides to take Ico to an ancient temple where he will be sacrificed. Upon being taken to the temple and placed in a coffin, Ico manages to escape the coffin and runs into a young girl in a cage. Ico frees the girl and finds out that her name is Yorda. Yorda and Ico join together to escape the temple as the queen of the temple tries to stop them. The game story is quite simple, but I don't mind this. It feels like a small fairy tale that is part of a larger world. Though Ico and Yorda really don't talk that much, you do really want to see them escape due to the looming threat that is against both of them. Despite the story being very simple, I don't really want to spoil anything for anyone. It's really a story you should experience yourself, even though it's not anything new or original. Ico is best described as a puzzle game. Kinda. Okay, so your main goal is to get out of the temple by navigating your way through the temple. You will often have to use problem-solving skills to get past certain areas, or you simply have to explore an area well enough. Now, at first the temple can be quite intimidating due to its vast size, and it seems like there are multiple ways to get through it. However, the temple is actually quite linear in how you will navigate it. But this isn't too noticeable due to how the temple is laid out, which I really like. You will also have to help Yorda get to certain areas, usually over large gaps, which can be kinda scary. There will be certain doors that can only be opened by Yorda, so you're going to want to keep her close by, along with the fact that dark monsters will appear in certain areas. The monsters will try to take Yorda to these dark holes, which you must stop from happening, or else it's a game over. You can pull Yorda out of these holes with the same button you use to hold her hand, and I'm telling you this because the game does not, and this can cause some unnecessary game overs. You can fight off monsters, but the combat is kinda clunky, which I don't mind since combat isn't the main focus of the game, and fighting off monsters isn't that hard. The only other thing that kinda bugs me is the fact that Ico can't hold both a stick and a sword at the same time. Thankfully though, these are available to you in areas where you will need them. You save your game at benches, which also act like checkpoints, so be sure to use them when you see them. Oh, and just to let you know, the last section of the game has no benches. There are checkpoints, but you won't be able to save. Also, the end could take up to 2 hours to beat depending on how well you do, so keep that in mind. You know you're reaching the end of the game once you have both doors glowing. In terms of visuals, the game looks very good. Ico and Yorda are very well detailed and have some nice animation to them, although at times it does look like Yorda has no bones in her arms. In fact, the simple ways that Yorda and Ico interacted with each other really shows a growing bond between them, which I really enjoyed. The temple itself is very well detailed and is quite atmospheric. It really feels like an ancient temple that people used to live in. However, I don't really like the simplicity of the shadow monsters, as I feel like their design conflicts with the game's art style. The music is also very good, at least what music there is. Most of the game consists of ambient noises, which I like because I think it helps with the immersion. Overall, I really like the game. The gameplay, at least in terms of solving puzzles and exploration, I found to be really fun and enjoyable. I also like the fairy tale-like story, and I really did want to see Ico and Yorda get out of the temple safely. For being Team Ico's first game, it's quite impressive and very well made. Ico, to me, is a good game. I wouldn't suggest it to everyone, but if you're into puzzle platforming-esque games, then you should really give this game a try. I should also mention that the American PS2 version does not have any of the extra content that was in the original Japanese version, like alternate endings and new playable modes. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I also hope you found it to be reasonably informative. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please check out my channel and subscribe if you'd like. If there's a certain PS2 game you'd like to see me cover sometime in the future, then please leave a suggestion down below. I'm MCB, the PS2 Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.